It was only fitting that on the 50th anniversary of the rocket launch to eventually land a man on the moon, Rocket City would attempt to set a rocket record.
We are launching 5,000 model rockets to break a Guinness World Record.
Randall Robinson is the director of training at Space Camp, an immersive space and science experience geared toward youth, many of whom came to watch the launch on the campus that Space Camp shares with the U.S. Space and Rocket Center.
Us wanting to break this record is signifying and putting Huntsville back on the map for the importance that it played in the Apollo program.
It was in Huntsville in the 1950s and 60s that scientist Wernher von Braun led NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in developing the Saturn V rocket. Von Braun's daughter Margaret says her father and his team never doubted the success of their efforts and the Apollo program.
We just knew it was going to work. We just grew up with this presumption of success, and I think that was how the rocket team behaved.
Margaret von Braun was among honored guests who gathered in Huntsville for 50th anniversary celebrations, paying tribute to the thousands who made the lofty goal of landing a man on the moon a reality. The launch of the first astronauts to set foot on the moon in 1969 was a mission she experienced in person alongside her father, considered the father of rocket science.
It was the first launch I'd seen. There really aren't words to describe it. That's what most people say. The noise and the power of the engine, and then seeing how slowly the rocket actually starts to move before it clears the tower is just something I'll never forget.
It's a moment in history. It's a moment when we landed on the moon, we launched a rocket, and it's important.
12-year-old Lillian Duran wasn't alive the last time humans set foot on the moon, but she's hoping anniversary celebrations of the first lunar visit sparks further interest in the space program for a new generation.
And we want to go further to explore.
An age-old desire that fueled the imaginations and eventual careers of many seasoned NASA astronauts and engineers, including Homer Hickam, author of the popular book Rocket Boys.
It's something for us to commemorate, and also it kind of helps us, I think, give us a launch pad for the future.
While officials at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center wait for the smoke to clear for certification of their record rocket launch attempt from Guinness, not far away, the future of manned spaceflight is taking shape at the Marshall Space Flight Center, where new rockets and technology are being tested for future missions to the moon and eventually to Mars. Kane Fairbaugh, VOA News, Huntsville, Alabama.